thanks so much for floating up on the clouds with me during tonight's bedtime. We've already been on lots of brilliant adventures and we've got time for one more because it's tonight's bedtime story. I hope you enjoy it. Night-night.
CBeebies Bedtime Story.
Hello there, my name's Tom and it's time for a bedtime story. And tonight's tale is all about a little bag who gets lost in the sea. And it's called Somebody Swallowed Stanley. And it's by Sarah Roberts, illustrated by Hannah Peck. Stanley swept into the sea with a splash and a splish. Perhaps he's one of us, thought the other jellyfish. But his stripes were too straight and his tentacles too few. He just floated in the sea, not sure what to do. You see, Stanley was no ordinary jellyfish. Then something terrible happened. Somebody swallowed Stanley. But who could it be? Her tongue was rough as barnacles, her mouth vast as a cave. As she hummed her low song, Stanley tried to be brave. So who had swallowed Stanley? The creature stopped singing as Stanley slid down her slimy throat. She coughed and she spluttered, and then, whoosh! With a rush and a rumble, steam burst from her spout. A whale had swallowed Stanley. But now he was out. Stanley dropped with a splash back into the sea, where he bobbed along gently, calm and carefree, until something terrible happened. Somebody swallowed Stanley. But who could it be? With a sharp yellow beak and a small beady eye, the creature flapped his wings and rose up to the sky. But who had swallowed Stanley? He pecked, and then snapped, and he nipped. But Stanley wouldn't go down. More creatures flew over. First 2, and then 3. And all the flapping and squawking, they let Stanley be. A seagull had swallowed Stanley. But now he was free. Poor old Stanley was ripped up, scruffy and torn. He sank and he sank and he sank down some more. But something terrible happened before he reached the seafloor. Somebody swallowed Stanley. Again. But who could it be? Her paddle-shaped flippers skimmed the seabed. She had a beautiful shell and a small wrinkly head. So who had swallowed Stanley? She gasped, and she spluttered, and started to choke too. But Stanley was stuck without much he could do. A turtle had swallowed Stanley. The creature was scared and swam quickly to shore. With Stanley stuck in her throat, she couldn't breathe anymore. The turtle closed her eyes and lay down in the sand. But then Stanley heard footsteps. Help was at hand. A kind boy on the beach came and tugged Stanley free. But then Stanley heard, plastic bags don't belong in the ocean blue. Creatures think you're a jellyfish and swallow you. Now, with a rope and a branch, he'd made something new. A kite. Flying high in the air, Stanley soared to and fro, safe from the sea and all the creatures below. Wow. Well, that one little boy saved the turtle and he helped Stanley too. Now, if one person can save a turtle, just imagine what we can do when we all work together. We can overcome diseases, we can invent amazing new things, we can make the world a better place by helping animals and helping out each other. Now, it's time you were off to bed, so I look forward to seeing you too for another bedtime story. And until then, good night.
The time has say sleep tight till the morning light. The time has come to say good night. It's the end of a lovely day. The time has come to say good night, to say sleep tight.